Dear friends, welcome to the podcast, Jesus at Home, by Spiritist Society Renewal. In today's episode, we'll be reading chapter 76 of the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life, by the Spirit Emmanuel, as psychographed by the medium Francisco Candido Xavier. After reading, we'll give you a short commentary, and then we'll finish the episode with a prayer. Chapter 76. Constructions. You are the light of the world. A city constructed upon a hill cannot be hidden. Jesus. Matthew. Chapter 5, verse 14. The Gospel is replete with loving invitations for people to grow in conformance with the Lord's example. Christ's followers do not always grasp this great need for self-enlightenment in order for that great endeavor to be accomplished harmoniously. A vast percentage of modern-day disciples concern themselves with other people's spiritual growth, but they neglect the opportunity to achieve their own. Of course, it is very hard to find such an opportunity amongst the gratifications of human existence, because the blessed resource of illumination is often hid in the obstacles, perplexities, and shadows along the road. The Master was very clear in his explanations. In order to become the light of the world, disciples should be like cities constructed upon hilltops, where they can never be hidden. So that workers for Christ may function as expressions of the light during their lifetimes, they must ascend the mount of exemplification, in spite of the difficulties of the arduous climb, presenting themselves to all as a Christian construction. Such an undertaking lasts forever. The vicissitudes of the passions cannot bring down a building of such nature. Blows from stones leave it intact, but if anyone does manage to dash it to pieces, the fragments constitute the continuing of its light as a sublime remnant scattered all over the world, for it was in this way that the first martyrs of Christianity sowed the faith. To interpret the message, we will read item 3 of chapter 15 of The Gospel According to Spiritism. All the moral teaching of Christ resumes itself in the need for charity and humility, that is to say, in the two virtues which are contrary to selfishness and pride. In all of his teaching, Jesus indicates these two virtues as being the ones which lead to eternal happiness. He said that the poor in spirit, that is to say the humble, were blessed because the kingdom of heaven would be theirs. Blessed are those who have pure hearts. Blessed are the gentle and the peacemakers. Blessed are the merciful. He also taught the need to love one's neighbor as oneself, to do unto others as we would have them do unto us, to love our enemies, to forgive all offenses if we wish to receive forgiveness, to do good without ostentation, and to judge ourselves before we judge others. So then charity and humility are the two things which Jesus never ceased to recommend and for which he stands as an example. He also never ceased to combat pride and selfishness. Nor did he limit himself to the mere recommending of charity, but put it in very clear and explicit terms as being the only condition for future happiness. Now I invite you to join me in thought in a prayer. Friend and Master Jesus, I am grateful for one more gospel at home. I am grateful for the opportunity to learn a little more of your teachings and examples of love and wisdom. I am grateful for the light of your assistance and inspiration. Friend, support the efforts I am making to overcome my evil inclinations. Help me to improve my thoughts, words, and actions. Jesus, I pray for all humanity, for peace in the world, and the moral transformation of all. So be it. Until the next podcast, Jesus at Home.